Hello YouTube, this is Gravity with Anti-Grav Gaming. Today we're going to start our Let's Play of Divinity Original Sin. This is a really great game. I played a little bit with my brothers. I've had a single player match for a little while. I haven't gotten very far into the game, I think up till about level 10 or so. Got a pretty good understanding of how the game works, what the game has to offer, and really I've just been enraptured by it. It's very detailed. There's a lot of different ways that the powers work together. It's very RPG heavy, a lot of dialogue and whatnot, and overall it's a really fun game, and I thought a Let's Play would be fun. I've seen a couple others on YouTube. This one isn't really a tutorial, it'll just more be me playing the game and giving my insight and my overall impressions. So let's get started. We're going to go ahead and just start a new game here. Come on now. I guess I need to turn off my mod. In order to play 4 players, which I was with my brother, you have to have this mod called 4Play. Very fun, but it can cause problems if you're trying to do a single player. I think I'm just going to play on the standard original vanilla game without the mods, just to make sure that we don't have any hang-ups halfway through the game or whatever. Anyways, I've played 2 different characters in this game. I've played a mage and I've played a ranger, both of which have been very fun. This time, because it's just going to be me, I'm going to play a mage character for my heals and then a fighter character for my tank, sort of. It'll be a pretty standard setup, and we'll just go from there. Actually, you know what? Come to think of it, when I think on what kind of characters are available, the idea for my roles is a little bit different. See, in this game, you don't play 1 character, you play 4 characters. You can play 2 characters, but there are 2 other companions that you can pick up along the way that act as essentially player characters. There's no NPC qualities about them. You control all of their skills except their starting skills and equipment, but you get to choose where you put their attribute points, you get to choose where you put their skill points, and you can really classify and make them your own. And the 2 different characters that are out there, just from my little experience, you get them very early in the game. One is called Jahan, and he is already a mage, and one is called Medora, and she is a fighter. And so what I think I'm going to do, instead of having my 2 main characters start out as a mage and a fighter, I'm going to have them start out maybe as a ranger, which does a lot of damage, and maybe a rogue, which can do my stealing and bartering and personality stuff, which we'll get into a little more as we start the game. But bartering and the ability to steal and the ability to go invisible are all very invaluable assets to the game. Money is a little bit difficult to come by, and then when you are bartering with NPCs, which you can barter with pretty much any NPC as long as they have money and things to sell. Even if they don't have money and things to sell, you can still barter with them. But when you have your bartering skill up and your personality skill up, the prices that you can sell and buy things are a lot better. So, to start out here, let's start out, we'll make Roderick a rogue, and we'll make Scarlet, maybe we'll make her a Wayfarer. A Wayfarer has the ability to summon a spider and shoot poison and also do a heal, but we're gonna customize this a bit. For her, since she's going to be our ranger, essentially, we're gonna let her have a bow. I like the bows because they require fewer action points to fire than a crossbow. They do a little bit less damage, but you can fire more often, so it's a bit of a toss-up. Plus, I think that bows are a little more common. I'm not entirely sure on that. We'll let her keep Expert Marksman so that she can have some of the Expert Marksman skills. We'll let her keep Geomancer so that she can summon a spider. But then I'm going to give her, instead of Hydrosophist, which will be our healing move, we'll give her, let's see, I think we're going to give her a Man-at-Arms, because a lot of the Man-at-Arms skills are skills that basically disable the opponent, which could be a knockdown, or it could be a decrease in attributes or whatnot. I don't want her to have any in blacksmithing or crafting. So we've got 1 point left, and I'm going to put it into, she's just purely going to be DPS. So in fact, maybe I'll wait for that, and I'll give her 2 expert marksmen. And we'll choose her skills now. We'll give her tactical retreat is a really good one. Midnight oil is also a very good one. And I think we're going to keep it at that. For 8 dexterity, which just improves her damage with dexterity and chance to hit, and also improves your defensive rating. And then we'll give her, she's gonna be a ranger, so we'll give her good dexterity, and we'll give her some speed and perception, just so we can buff that AP. Now onto the talents. She doesn't need those. I'll give her bully and leech. Leech is a little bit OP in my opinion. They have patched it a little bit to make it less OP, but essentially what leech does is it allows you to soak up blood, which falls on the battlefield when people get hit with physical attacks. It allows you to soak up that blood and turn it into health, and oftentimes this can be amazing. If let's say an opponent has a move that makes you bleed, then you will bleed and you'll take a little bit of bleed damage, and then you'll soak up all the blood that you just bled onto the ground, and you'll actually get healed, so that your overall total is more than the damage that they've done for you. So oftentimes enemies will hit you, they will do damage to you, cause you to spill blood, you'll soak up that blood and heal more damage than they did to you in the first place, which is a little bit OP, but honestly a lot of these fights, some of these fights anyways, are pretty difficult, and so it still balances out. We're still in for a challenge, definitely, but we're going to, I think that we're going to stick with that. We got some speed and perception for AP, we got some dex for extra chance to hit with her bow, we have a spider that we can summon. Tactical retreat allows you to jump away, which is it's a really good skill, and then midnight oil allows you to place a circle of oil on the ground, which will slow opponents, and it will also allow you to ignite it to create a fire surface so you can burn opponents. It's a really, really useful spell. Alright, so we got leech, bully. Here's our overall makeup. Let's see, I'm gonna make her a little darker. I like the red cheeks. There, she kind of looks like the girl from Fifth Element. I like it. She can keep the red hair. I don't care about her underwear. Her portrait will be this. Oh, how perfect. Wonderful. Alright, on to Roderick, who we're going to make our rogue. Oh, let's see. I like the single-handed. Daggers tend to be really good. We'll keep his scoundrel skill in there. Where are his other skills? In sneaking, lockpicking, and pickpocketing. Those two are a little bit useless. We'll keep one in sneaking because we can get a talent that allows us to do, let's see, what's it called? This one's really good. We're going to give him that one later. And we're going to give him one called Quick Draw. No, we're not. Ignore that. We're going to give him, where's the one that allows you to hit somebody for double damage when you are sneaking? I know it's in here. At least it was. Did they remove it? Am I missing something here? Oh, it's Gorilla. He's already got it. Okay. So, yeah, this is what we want. We want him to be able to do a backstab, which gives him immediate critical when you hit somebody in the back, and Gorilla allows you to do double damage when you're sneaking. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with the talents we have here. Let's go on to his abilities. We have 2 points that we can allot here. His scoundrel skills are good. We have invisibility, which we need. Fast track, which allows him to become hastened, which is really, it's a very good skill to have. So I'm going to keep that. Razor's Edge stuns a target and does piercing damage. Let's see what other kind of skills we have. Those are really the only ones. You know, I might just keep him a pure scoundrel rogue because that's awesome. So I'll give him another one there. Or, actually I'm going to put another one into sneaking because the higher skill you have in sneaking, that decreases the number of action points it takes to sneak while you're in combat, which is really, really useful. Down to when you have sneaking up to 5, it takes 1 action point to sneak, which is really amazing. So his ability to go invisible with walk in shadows, he can haste himself, which gives him more AP, which is really, really useful, especially with a rogue, because hitting with a dagger only usually takes 2 AP. So when you've got 12 AP, you can attack 6 times in a round, and it's really, really useful. So we'll take 1 away from speed, we'll give him a higher dex, we'll keep his speed and perception up so he has higher AP, and I think I'm pretty happy with that. We'll make him a redhead too. I like the mustache. Alright, let's find a portrait that suits him. Red-headed portrait. Oh, there we go. Oh, in fact, let's just make it... I guess he's a little less redhead. A little more of an orange head. Let's see. I guess it's about as close as we can get. Alright. So we have Roderick and Scarlet, our Rogue and our Ranger, who says Wayfarer here, but honestly the classes, they don't really make a difference, to be honest. Alright. We're happy with that. Let's get started. So I'll be quiet and let you watch this.
Cured the sick and healed the wounded through a great power called Source. But a terrible darkness invaded the land, and Source was forever tainted. The sorcerers who once healed now only destroy, and madness has overtaken them. A few brave Source hunters are all that stand between Rivellon and the dark power that threatens to destroy it. Wherever Source appears, hunters follow.
I love the artwork in this. It's really,
Rise and shine, Master Source Hunter.
really good.
The captain wants you up on deck. Hear them calls? Means we're close to shore. I don't envy you going there, Master Source Hunters. City's full of undead, hungry enough for blood. But you're supposed to investigate that murder, ain't you? They say it's Source that did the counselor in. Source in a city like Sicil, nowhere safe anymore. Here they are, Captain Sir.
God's blessings on you, Hunter. You'll be happy to hear we've reached Sicyon. But there's trouble offshore, so we'll have to sail in carefully. Here, have a look. Those are orc ships, and they're blocking our passage. We'll get you as close to the city as we can, and drop you off at the beach. Be wary now. Orcs are on the attack. Undead have closed every route out, and there's a sorcerer on the loose. If we're to get justice for the Counselor, you'll have to keep your wits about you. May the luck of the gods be with you all, Source Hunters.
Okay. So, Source is a type of magic that has become available in this land, and some people use it for good, and some people use it for bad. In our case, it sounds like a sorcerer, pun intended, of the Source. We are Source Hunters, and we are here to learn about Source and to protect the people who might befall terrible things. The music's a little loud. I'll turn it down when I get in game. Alright, let's turn the Alright. So here are two Source Hunters. You left click to run, or you can hold left click, like I'm doing now.
If I didn't know there were orc ships raiding to the west,
You hold Alt
I'd mistake this
to
for a
highlight
thousand
items
things.
around
At least
you.
the orcs make a bit of noise when they attack. It's dark-dealing sorcerers that'll strike with neither warning nor mercy.
Is that a corpse? What's it doing here alone?
What, did you expect it to have an entourage?
Okay, so now we get a first taste of combat. The game is a real-time strategy while you're walking around the world, but when you enter combat, it becomes turn-based. And you can see up here at the top of the screen, you have a line of portraits indicating turn order. Looks like Roderick's going first, Scarlet's going second. Okay. So you see I've got these little green bubbles down here that indicates how many action points I have. Right now I have 8. So if I want to move around, it tells you, how many action points it takes to move around, to do certain actions, like Razor's Edge, Walk in Shadows. These take action points, and yeah, pretty simple. So for our first one, I'm actually going to go invisible. I'm going to walk up behind this guy so I can get my backstab. She is going to summon a spider right here. That'll be her turn. can't quite get a backstab right there. So move there. Oh, there. There we go. See his hand, the little icon shows a little stabbing hand. This allows me to do it. There you go, he's dead. And I will come here. Ah, I can't quite get a backstab. Well, I'll hit him anyway. Here, let me show you what the tactical retreat does. Allows me to jump away. And then I will also slow this character with my midnight oil. And since he's stunned, I have a 100% chance to hit him. And there you go. Pretty easy. Cleaned it up quite nicely.
About escaping with a stone.
Stolen from this dungeon, I imagine. Can we get inside?
So yeah, that was your first taste of combat. Seems pretty straightforward. I have had a chance to play a little bit, so I can, you know, I have a good understanding of what's happening in the game, and some arrows are nice. The area, the objects around are movable. Click and drag them to move them. Pressing Alt highlights items that are on the ground. Which is really useful, especially after like a boss fight or something, when bosses drop really good loot. Since this is the beginning area, you know, there's a lot better items later on in the game, and so I'm not really going to take a lot of time to loot this area. Lock picking, which is what I'm about to do now, is really simple. Just use the lockpick on the chest. There we go. Alright, little scroll, not bad. Alright. The great thing about this game, you notice that we're both walking together, so wherever Scarlet goes, Roderick goes. But if I want, see how these two portraits up here are chained together, if I want to not have them walk together, I can tell Scarlet, let's say, to come over here and sneak, and then I'll tell Roderick to come push this button. Doesn't really make a difference in this point. And then if I want them to move together again, I just chain them together. And now she will go where I go, but a lot slower because she's sneaking. So let's continue. See, I bursted a water barrel there, which then interacted with the flames on the ground to create steam. And a lot of times you can use those to your advantage. If I were to electrify that steam there, it would become a stunning cloud, or a static cloud as it's called. And a lot of the elements work together like that. This is poison here on the ground. If I were to ignite that with fire, it would explode. Or if I were to hit fire with poison, it would create a poison cloud. And pretty much all of the elements interact in some way that could either be beneficial to you or harmful to you, and you can oftentimes use those. Ooh, a trap disarm kit. And a key to this chest. Heal scroll, very nice. Here's a good example of that poison cloud. I don't think I have any source of flame right now. So we'll just ignore that. There's just a little chest over there. It's nothing huge. I'm really just kind of plowing through this first part so we can get on to some actual storyline, things that are important. Oh, I need a key. More lockpicks there. Maybe I do need to come over here. I think the key might be in this area. But without a fire, without the ability to create fire, I can't get rid of this poison. So, oh, there's a fireball scroll. I'll leave it to the devs. There we go. And let's wait for that to go away. Or I can do this. Use my tactical retreat to jump over it. Let's see what's in this chest here. I think it's a key. Yep. Unfortunately, that has a pretty long cooldown. There we go. Chain you back to me. Let's get out of here. The amount of detail in this game is really astounding. It's really a great game. It's a little bit broken in some aspects, but honestly, I mean, you can't expect no bugs at all. So for this, we'll place this jug on top of that. Place this barrel on top of that. Come check this chest. Kind of get a taste for what's going on. Go. Sneaking mechanism in this game is pretty basic. You go into sneak mode, and enemies have vision cones. If you step into that vision cone, you'll get spotted. The better you are at sneaking, the less likely they are to see you, and also the smaller the vision cones are for you specifically. Let's get you. Go. Puzzles, yay! My instinct is immediately to go and check every single one of these vases and check every single nook and cranny, but honestly this little area is sort of a tutorial area, so I'm not super keen on wasting a lot of time getting loot that I know is only subpar. So, and having done it before, I've already got the traps figured out. This just kind of gives you a basic idea of what is happening. Right, I know there's a boss fight coming up. It's saving for an auto save. I'm also going to do a quick save. And we're going to start this fight, except I want Scarlet to start a little bit further back, about here. And I want Roderick to start the fight. A living rat dares disturb the slumber of the dead. A thieving fool insults the sanctity of the grave. The bloodstone defiler, where is it? Bloodstone? I know not what you mean. I suppose you only crept among these sacred tombs for leisure. I suppose you had no lust for the treasure of the dead. Ha! I met a trio of strange robed men before the entrance of this tomb. They seemed to have a precious stone in their possession. Strange indeed, robed indeed, your tricks will not save you from retribution, deceiver. The bloodstone, deliver it now, and I may deign to end you quickly. Run if you like, defiler. Whichever way you take leads you to the grave. So now when I hit N, the fight's gonna start. And Scarlet gets to go first. So I'll start my turn with the summon of a spider. I'll save my action points. He's gonna go invisible. And he's gonna walk up behind this guy. He's gonna straight up attack. Damn. Ouch. Alright, spider's almost dead. She's got leech on, fortunately. I will go ahead and actually drink a healing potion. And then I will attempt to slow that character. When you're slowed, you have fewer action points to use. So I'm going to sneak. And this is going to give me a lot of damage because I'm sneaking and I have backstab on. Oh, unable to say sneaked. Oh, no, not quite. Alright, so he's dead. But death never dies, fool. Death in 1,000 forms rules all. And I will attack you again with my spider. Okay. Since they're undead, I could use my poisoning scroll, but that's an immune to poisoning scroll, but I also picked up a poison dart scroll, and I have a poison arrow, but neither of these really are going to help me. You know, Roderick could use a heal, though. Roderick is at, what, 26 out of 39? No, he's okay. Actually, no. Scrolls, pretty basic. One-time use spells. Allow me to heal him up. And I will also shoot my bow at this archer. Didn't have a very high chance to hit, but hit him anyway. I'm going to try to stun him. guess I'll stay here. Because he's stunned, I have a 100% chance to hit. Ooh, he missed. Nice. Alright. I can't reach that far. He's still slowed 2 more turns. I suppose I will shoot him because I have a 100% chance to hit. He did. Skip that turn. And come stand behind this guy. I don't have backstab, but decently high percent to hit. He's dead. Right, my spider's almost dead, so I don't care if he gets slowed. Oh, didn't hit him. Low chance to hit. I'll take it anyway. Try again. Alright. And there we have it. We've got a successful fight. He dropped an axe. A golden teaspoon. And that's that. I know this is kind of a hasty run through of this dungeon, but you know, it is what it is. Alright, so we've made it out of the tutorial dungeon. Now we are in the land of Sicile, however you want to describe it. We have a little encounter up here with these guards, but I'm going to go ahead and save it here. We'll call this episode 1. And I think that that's going to wrap it up for now. So stay tuned for episode 2. We'll just continue to kind of go through the newer stuff. I'll do as best explaining as I can. You know, it takes a little while before we get to some good content. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. This has been Gravity with Anti-Grav Gaming. I'll see you next time.